Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this opportunity, we are from 6th group want to present about mobile assisted language assessment, assessing speaking by Samaneh Tarighat and Samaneh Khodobakhs. And before going to our presentation, I want to introduce my group members. The first speaker is Nadia Salma, and the second is Nurul Izzah Aulia. The third speaker is Yasmine Attiroh Majid. The last speaker is Afra Zahra. So this is the table content of our presentation. The first is abstract, the second is introduction, the third is review of literature, the next is methodology, the next is result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. So this is our presentation.
In language learners, this research is achieved by using an electronic portfolios and social networking application. First, introduction. The first introduction of MALA is use of technology to aid language learning by using personal device. Second is although MALL or mobile assisted language learning has been widely used in language teaching and learning field, its use in language assessment has not been considered as widely. The third is using MALL in language assessment can be particularly significant due to the opportunity it provides for dynamic assessment or DA. And the term mobile assessed language assessment or MALA has been coined to combine the two disciplines. The first is mobile assessed language learning or MALL. The second is portfolio assessment. Therefore, in MALA, learning and assessment are intertwined in pursuit of maximizing opportunity to expand the zone of proximal development of or ZPD of the learners. The second is review of literature. 2.1 is mobile assessment language learning or MALL. In the 2.1 mobile assessed language learning or MALL, in the late 1980s and early 1990s, a full-scale shift in the use of technology in the classroom happened. A second, in the mid of 1990s, MALL has focused on five mobile technologies, which is a personal digital assessment or PDAS, MP3 players, pocket electronic dictionaries, mobile phone, ultra portable tablet or PC. And the third is form of technology which are compatible with cognitive approaches. Some of this form of technology is text reconstruction, concordance, telecommunication, multimedia simulation software. The main character of MALL. It is potential for personalized and spontaneous learning. Second is personalized learning in the key factor in the modern approaches to learning and assessment.
So I want to explain about dynamic assessment and peer assessment. 2.2 Dynamic assessment. Dynamic assessment is a form of assessment which considers individual differences among learners and includes intervention during the procedure of assessment. And the dynamic assessment focuses on the process of assessment rather than its product. And portfolio assessment is the more general concept of dynamic assessment. And through portfolio assessment, learners can produce a variety of authentic and creative works. Because portfolio assessment provides more freedom for the learners and helps them to develop metacognitive strategies and improve higher order thinking skills in the student. Portfolio assessment also gives the student the opportunity to see themselves as individuals with special interests and needs. So with a peers assessment, teachers would have the opportunity to give a detailed feedback on the students' work and encourage them more. And e-portfolio also are perceived positively by learners, mainly because they increase metacognitive and affective awareness and also provide a multidimensional perspective of evaluation. And e-portfolios also allow learners to be more autonomous and personalize their learnings. Some researchers believe that portfolio assessment do not affect to the learners' achievement and their attitudes towards the learners. And portfolio assessment also accuse taking a lot of time, and they are more costly than standardized assessment. But if the teachers and the learners are trained and provided with sufficient time for this activity, portfolio assessment will be more succeed. And because using portfolio should be easy for the student, the learners, and the teachers, and also e-portfolio are different from traditional paper portfolios. And the challenges in portfolio assessment is uniformity and scoring. But if the rubrics are designed and provided, better uniformity will be achieved. So for the next is 2.3 peer assessment. Peer assessment is a type of assessment which include process which requires learners to provide either feedbacks or grade to their peers on a product, process, or performance based on the criteria of excellence of that product, or even which student may have been involved in determining. So it should allow the learners to practice making a reasonable judgment regarding to their peers' achievement and expected outcomes. And the strategies which Falchikov suggests teachers apply in order to improve the quality of peer assessment is: the first is modeling, the second is scaffolding, and the third is fading. Computer-based peer assessment system allow learners and teachers to communicate each other via email, FTP, the World Wide Web, or www, and other especially designed tools. And the lack of the computer-based peer assessment is: the first, the criteria used for evaluation might not always be obvious. The second is student may need support to build concept for evaluating portfolio by the instructor. The third is learners and teachers require sophisticated support in order to compute relationship among different concepts and learners' portfolio. Finally, the teachers and learners find working with online system is confusing at times, so they switch from computer-based assessment, peer assessment, to mobile assisted language assessment. And because the mobile phone provide easier access and user-friendly, so Mala can facilitate technology-based peer assessment by engaging the learners in the peer assessment process. It provides with fewer difficulties in terms of technology literacy.
Methodology. The current study rose as an attempt to assess the speaking proficiency of a group of EFL learners through portfolios. Having discussed the circumstance with the participants, who include 17 advised
advanced level learners of English. The participant. The participant is 7 female adult advanced learners of English. Age range from 19 to 48 years old and come from a broad range of social background. 2. Instrumentation. The current study adopt the WhatsApp mobile application in order to implement the research design. A basic qualitative research design was adopted to collect the data and analyze them in the present study. This form of qualitative study provides descriptive account aimed at understanding the viewpoint of those involved. 4. Procedure. 1. Each season, one participant volunteered to record 2-minute speech on the second text of SCE speaking module. 2. Step 2. Every season, the volunteer set her recording on the WhatsApp group consisting of all class members as well as the teacher. Step 3. After all members has posted their comment, the teacher gave her concluding comments. Step 4. The teacher scored each recording as not acceptable, or good to be included in the participants' overall score at the end of the course.
Result and discussion. The data collected through this interview aims to assist participants' attitudes towards language portfolio and malad to the axis investigate. In this study, and to investigate the number of participants interviewed during the experiment, because participants must be judged based on their class activities as well. Their portfolio, all participants have fully taken part in the experiment, investigating the number of participants who collaborate in investigation, where some like and dislike the exciting evaluation system. According to the participant, Mala had no weaknesses. Instead, other participants note that the learners encouraged was a weakness and start that because this was the beginning of a few assessment methods students might face dissatisfaction in the beginning until they could find their place in that area. Conclusion. As mentioned earlier, the present study investigates the feasibility of mobile assisted language assessment and the EFL learners' attitudes towards it. During the process of Mala, it was observed that such a method of assessment created the opportunity for learners to participate and practice their speaking skill while being assessed.
So, guys, do you have any question? If you have any question, please put your question in the comment section. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.